I need new glasses. But anyways, this video is just me kind of talking. When am I never not talking? When am I never not talking? That's literally all I do on this channel. It's just talk. I want to share some thoughts I've been having and some of my writings that I've done the last few days. I'm gonna put a clip in here, but I've gotten, my last video that I made was the most views I've ever gotten on YouTube. It's only like 170 right now, but for me that's a lot because yeah, it's embarrassing, but I was excited that I got that many views, but at the same time I was embarrassed. I just woke up, I opened my computer, go on YouTube to see, like, just look at my YouTube channel. 126 people saw my last fucking video that I made. That's the most views I've ever gotten on a video. I don't know why, but my heart dropped in my ass. I was like, oh fuck no. I don't know why, but it was like the reality of the videos that I be making hit me all of a sudden. Like, this is kind of embarrassing as fuck. I think the reason why I was so embarrassed was because, like, I just realized that I'm like using this as my diary, and I'm showing, like, I'm telling way too many details about myself. And it's like, even though I'm like on here to paint this picture as like, oh, this is the real me, this is how I feel inside, I still feel like it's not what I've shown on here, or what I've put on my YouTube so far is still not me. And if you watch the videos, like, you can tell like there's something off. Like, the jokes I'm making, they're like shit I've seen on the internet. It's not me. So I'm still struggling with identity once again. I think how I'm talking, I think there's been like maybe 2 videos I've made where it's really felt like it's me, like I'm present the entire time. Right now I feel present. The way I'm talking right now, it feels like me. But a lot of the videos I've made, like, well, I don't know, it's like, are those, maybe it's just like those are extensions of me, and I just haven't been happy and go giddy like that in a long time. So it's like, I just don't know it. But after I like initially had the shock of like, oh shit, people are watching these, don't mind my glasses, these are my favorite glasses I own, and the prescription is not strong at all. I need a stronger prescription, and the lenses are like scratched up, so you're gonna have to not judge me for that. But after I like realized like, oh crap, this has gotten a lot of views, I called my best friend Harmony, and I was like, girl, oh my god, like, I'm embarrassed. And I was joking around, I was like, I'm gonna delete my YouTube channel. And she was like, girl, how are you gonna want to live that New York fast city life and be an influencer and go to all these like fashion runway shows, and you're scared to be seen? People notice you, people know you, people see you. Like, I'm scared of people seeing my existence. That's what she said to me. That shook me to the core, because it was like, it's nothing I haven't told myself in the back of my head before, but it was just like, it took her saying it to be like, and she said it in a way that was like annoyed, and it takes a lot for me to annoy Harmony. That's why she's my best friend. Like, it takes a lot for her to be like agitated with me, and she was agitated with me when she said that. She was like, girl, people are gonna see you. And I was like, damn, you're right. But I don't know, it's like I cover up my excitement. Like, I can never just be happy for myself. I have to cover it up with like some criticism, you know, self-criticism. I watched this TikTok by Dwandy Newton. Crap, I forgot her name. 1 second, let me look it up. Thwandy Newton. I think that's her name. Yes, Thandwi Newton. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. She did a TikTok a few years ago, and she was talking about being a noticeable nobody. And I took notes on this because of how much I related to it, I guess. I actually wrote a poem on it. Well, it's not a poem, it's kind of just like me writing down my thoughts, but I am going to write a poem on it. I have like the idea or the concept of it in the back of my head. But I wrote down my life purpose being a chase of finding myself. It hit me what I really need is a loss of self. The bliss feeling of not caring and being so in tune that I'm able to be aware and live in the moment did not come from like a solidity in my or confidence in my personality. It was a disconnect from the projections of other selves. So I don't think I've ever really been so secure. It was so secure in who I am because I think I've always struggled. Even as a little girl, I can remember struggling with like, where do I fit? Where am I? Like, who am I? But when I was happiest is when I was able to disconnect from other people's perceptions of not only me but of each other. Because it was like in middle school, my biggest thing was I was such an observer, right? So I would observe how they would interact with each other and try and try and avoid having an interaction like that at all costs. And I ended up isolating myself out of fear of like being ostracized or being treated how they treated each other. Identity is a facade. That one is debatable. I don't know why I wrote that, but I think I wrote it because it's debatable, and it's something that I was thinking about debating in my poem, like being conflicted about it in my poem. Coming to terms with being a noticeable nobody is what I've been searching for. So like this ties into what I was saying earlier. I'm a noticeable nobody. Like I'm so tired of trying to like self-analyze myself, like in trying to like explain to my YouTube channel like, oh, this is me, this I do this and people do this and blah, blah. It's like, to sum it all up, the word I've been looking for is I'm a noticeable nobody. I want to take a quick moment to I don't know if I want to say a prayer. I want to give condolences to Marcellus Williams. He was a black man who spent a lot of years in jail for a murder he basically didn't commit, and they executed him. Some racist white fuck executed him despite basically the victim's family, the prosecutors, all like I think they had 1.2 million signatures saying do not kill him, do not euthanize him, and they did it anyways. So I wrote up when I saw that they ended up going ahead and going with the euthanization. I hope I'm saying that right. I wrote this. They don't care about our lives because everyone dies. We are accessories, the support, and when foundation is set in stone and the buildings want to be made anew, you are nothing but a memory, dead or alive. Why should they care? Yeah, so that's just something that I wanted to talk about real quick. I think that my heart problems that I've been having. I went to, this is way too much TMI, like y'all don't need to know this, but I thought I had a tumor on the right side of my titty. And I went to the gynecologist. She was like, you're fine, blah blah blah, we don't gotta go into that. She checked my EKG. I've had an EKG at my primary doctor, and I've had an EKG when I went to the ER, and they both, my primary doctor said there is a slight abnormality compared to when I had one in 2023, but my gynecologist and the hospital said, yeah, there is, but it's not anything big. Like, it's not anything like that you need to do about it, you know, something you need to do about it. And I think that my heart problems, I think it's nerve pain, but I also think it has to do with my mental. The reason why it gets so bad is because I start having the nerve pain or the muscle pain, and then my anxiety shoots up. The conclusion I've come to is I think I need to get back on anxiety medication, or just some type of medication in general, because I'm struggling bad, and I keep on trying to, like, I'm holding on to hope. I will never let go of my hope. I will never let go of my dreams. I will never let go of what I believe is my destiny. I'm never gonna stop trying for it. I know I can get there. I know I can get there, but I need help. I'm so disassociated when I leave this house, and I'm coming home and I'm sobbing to the point where it's like I can't even, I'm gasping for air, praying to God, sobbing. Like, that type of mental breakdown because of how humiliating it is. I feel like when I say the word disassociate, people's minds go to, you know, some edgy like fucking movie like Donnie Darko, or they go to like TikTok lingo and how all the little wannabe mentally ill people on TikTok be like, oh, I'm so disassociated and blah blah blah. I'm genuinely like need to be in the fucking psychiatric unit, and I don't know how I haven't gone into psychosis yet. I mean, I'm scared. Like, people stare at me for 2 seconds at school, and I'm having to take deep breaths in the bathroom all the way on the other side of campus, away from people, telling myself that you're still alive, because my brain starts telling me things like I'm in purgatory or I've died or something like that. And it's like I just keep on writing it off, right? Oh, I'm not having anxiety, blah blah blah. Like, it's so, my brain is so fucked, and I got off my medication because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it without, like, I wasn't actually mentally ill. It was just me romanticizing it and being a stupid teenager. And now that I wanted to be an adult, I was like, I think I can do without the medication, you know? I can fix myself, essentially, because there's nothing really ever wrong with me. Now I see that that's not true, because, like, the reason why I went to the ER, yes, I was having heart pains, but it was an anxiety attack. I had an anxiety attack. I haven't had something like that since I was maybe 7 years old. I literally thought I was going to die. I was screaming for my mom, saying, please, I'm scared. I haven't done something like that since I was a child. And it was humiliating. It was embarrassing. I'm tired. I was in class today. I had something to say. We were working a group project. Every single person in that class opened up their mouth and said something. I was the only one who stayed quiet, and everyone was looking at me like waiting for me to say something, and I did nothing. And it's because my brain, I'm not there. I can't focus, I can't think. My eating habits are horrible. I'm like battling with like, I don't want to die. I don't want to sit here and say I'm suicidal, but it's like I have these breakdowns and they get so bad, and my brain goes to a place for a quick second, just for a second. It goes to a place where it's like, bitch, end it. And it's like, I know where I'm heading if I don't get back on fucking medication. And it's really upsetting because I really didn't want to. Like, I wanted to be able to be like, I'm okay, you know, like this isn't a chemical imbalance. This is like a personality thing. Like, I can train myself to be normal. But unfortunately, clearly that's not the case. My mom also, I got into an argument with her the other day, and she brought up the fact that she thought I was impulsive. I haven't heard, someone hasn't called me that since my 2021 COVID group chat. Yeah, that was I had this friend group in 2021, and yeah, I was wild. That was like peak like Bailey mental illness, like manic episodes or whatever. Like, I was just being hella reckless, and yeah. But she was like, you're impulsive, and that's why every time I get stressed out, I immediately, like, her go-to to release all her bullshit is onto me, because I don't know why, but she was like, her reason or excuse for doing it was because I'm impulsive. And I was like confused at first, because I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not gonna deny that I'm impulsive, because I am, but it's like I really haven't done that much since I've been in Houston. I've been isolated and struggling with even speaking to people, so I don't know. It just, I also kind of have the thoughts of like, would I rather be how I am right now, struggling how I am right now, or would I rather be struggling with like impulsivity and like mania or something, you know, like just being crazy, like full on, like out of my head. I wanted to read some more things that I've just written. This is a poem called Succumb. A nightmare can plant seeds for fear to come to life. I lost the ability to utilize my emotions into creativity. Tattooed on my wrist, alchemist. I tell myself the pit always seems to get deeper. Unable to ever hit rock bottom, I'll never run out of thought. Every memory, every perception, every tragedy, minuscule now. My writing cannot soothe the ache. I finally lost my words completely. Blue ridges on valleys shaded by clouds. My eyes are sunken into my mind. My mind pivots into my spirit. A damaged mind leaves the spirit with no outlet, leaving the body so easily susceptible to contortion. I've lost my recognition. Where am I? I wrote that basically when I was having a breakdown, and I felt like I couldn't write. Like, I felt like I was having breakdown after breakdown after breakdown. And usually when I'm like that, I'm writing the entire time. My best shit I've ever written, my most creative shit has been when I've had breakdowns like that and I didn't write once. I didn't write a single thing. And so I was scared that I was so sick, I lost my creativity. Like, my muse is my mental health declining, and my mental health was declining, and I wasn't getting any, like, I wasn't writing. I had no creativity, and that scared me. So that's what that was about. This one is called Whispers on My Shoulders. I hear the devil whisper to me, if you've decided to live out your life at a pit stop, then you don't deserve one. Or was it God this time? If you listen close enough, their voices blur. I want a flat land, not for simplicity, but to salt the ground and build the mountains with my own hands. I'm not at a pit stop. My mind is marinating creation in places only I can see. That is where my faith lies. I don't want your whispers anymore. I wrote this one after I wrote Succumb, and that's basically saying like a part of my like mental issues that I've been having is, I think, now when I say this, I know y'all are gonna think that I'm schizophrenic, and I promise you I'm not. I've been hearing like what I think is God. Okay, just listen. I've been hearing what I think is God, and sometimes when I'm having the breakdowns real bad, it's like my brain, my thoughts, they're my own thoughts, but I'm putting faces on them, and one of them is the devil and one of them is God. Does that make sense? But it's like, I don't know how to describe this to y'all. I just feel like I'm being spiritually attacked, and I don't know where it's coming from because I'm not really religious. I do believe in God, but I'm not really religious, and I believe in evil. So that was basically just saying like my fears of like this being it, where I'm at right now, this is it for me. My fears, that's not true. I'm in a waiting period, I guess. I'm marinating my creation, like I'm gonna get to where I'm going eventually. But where was it God this time? If you listen close enough, their voices blur. Like I said, when I'm having the breakdowns, like I can't tell what's good and what's not. And my struggle with Christianity, or letting go of Christianity that I was brought up in, that struggle, I'm sorry, my cat is playing in his tunnel. That struggle of letting go, of the biblical shit that was like fucking indoctrinated into me, like it sometimes feels like the stuff I'm against, the Bible is for, or vice versa. So it's like sometimes like what's bad to me like should be the devil, but it could also be God, because I don't believe in what the Bible is saying. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but that's the best I can do for y'all. These are just some like random things I've written, like there's no correlation between any of them. Pain was never meant to break you, it was meant to dance with you. Hope is an extension of your faith. Identity is with divinity. Creator in you is prioritizing the critic in them. Sanction in the mind. Love like a kid. Stay alive through stories. My eyes are the gateway. And then the last thing is something I wrote a few hours ago. I was thinking about making it into a TikTok. Like I was having another like, oh, I don't feel good right now. I don't feel like getting out of this bed. I feel like sick in the head right now, sick in the body. And all of a sudden, what I'm about to read to you happened, and Boogie, Blame It on the Boogie by Michael Jackson came on, and I started dancing. I just can't control my feet. And I don't know why, but this popped into my head. Through all the disassociation, to the point I can't even interact with the people who love me, let alone make friends. The isolation, abusing whatever I could get my hands on, ER trips, bullshit after bullshit, cycle after cycle. There's always a voice telling me to get up and move, dance, shower, cook, clean, anything. Then suddenly I'm in New York writing and working in fashion, marketing / design. Everything I want, I have. Even the things I don't know, I do yet. Breathe. Your mind is not gone. You are marinating creation, which I got from the poem that I wrote. Yeah. So I think this is all I want to talk about today, but my end advice is get up and move. Get up and move. I didn't feel like making this video, but I was like, something in me was just telling me, like, get up and record, Bailey. Get the fuck up and record. My life is still going to shit. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna live, family stuff, friend stuff, personal body, mind, spirit stuff. But get the fuck up. Get the fuck up and move. I'm disassociated. I feel like people are coming after me. I'm fucking going insane, thinking that God and the devil are talking to me. Blah, blah, blah. Get the fuck up and move. Keep fucking going. You're alive. Your mind is not gone. You are marinating creation.